Welcome back to Mr. JDM, and in today's video we are going to work on the wife's CRV again. We're going to change the oil and replace the power steering pump, the tensioner, and the serpentine belt. So let's get to it. Alright, so we have a Gates serpentine belt. We have, I don't know, probably a made in China, actually made in Mexico, Gates tensioner. And this is definitely a made in China power steering pump. And then the oil we're going to use is Quaker State full synthetic 5W30 with an STP oil filter. It was for sale. It was like 26 bucks for this whole thing. So that's what we're using. And right here is the power steering pump. The tensioner is like right here. And so once we get the power steering pump removed, then we can remove the tensioner and put it all back. I guess the first thing we need to do is start removing the hoses. That wasn't good. Just dump power steering fluid everywhere. We'll wipe it up once we get down in there. We need to get this pressure hose released. I'm going to try to capture all that a little bit better than I did last time. And it's like 82 degrees today, which doesn't seem that hot, but I mean the humidity is just insane. It is really bad out here. And of course the cicadas are insanely loud. Try to soak some of this up. And since we're replacing the belt, I'm just going to cut it off. Alright, looking at the new one, it looks like we have one here and one at the bottom. So I probably need to take the pulley off in order to get to the bottom one. I'm going to have to take it off anyway because the new one doesn't come with the pulley. And the pulley bolt is a 19mm. I probably should have taken that off before I broke the belt. A little bit of hammer action, and we got her off. And of course I dropped it. And there's our pulley. And the two bolts that holds the power steering pump are 12mm. Alright, we got number one. And we got number two. And we got our power steering pump out. Our belt's not in the worst shape. I don't see any cracks or anything. The outside of it is kind of marked up, but you know, no cracks, nothing major. I'm not sure if that's the original. Alright, it looks like there are 3 bolts. One here, one up top, which is one of the ones we removed that mounts the power steering pump. Actually, both of these are for the power steering pump. Then we got one back here. I don't know if that's a bolt, just because there's no threads. But we do have this one right here, that's a bolt. And it looks like there's one in the center. Alright, we got that one out. I'm not sure how we're going to get that to that bottom one. Looks like we're going to have to remove the mount. Alright, we got that center one out. Alright, so there's one back here, like in there. So I think we're going to have to remove this top part of the mount. This bolt and then these two. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, but we'll do what we got to do. Alright, so we jacked the engine up. Now we're going to remove these two. And all of these are 17 millimeter. This ground wire is in the way. And it's starting to rain. Alright, it's starting to rain a little too much. Hopefully the rain will stop. Not sure if you can see it in the camera, but it's definitely raining. It sucks. Alright, so the rain slowed down a little bit, and I figured I'd come out here and work on it some more. But now I hear thunder, so is it going to get worse? But I got it loose. Just need to get that bolt out. Wish I had a garage. Make things much easier. Whoops, drop that. Alright, we got our tensioner out. Now I gotta find those bolts. Alright, so I found the bolts. Found that one. And then the one that was down there. It's starting to rain a little bit more, so I'm gonna take another break. And hopefully it'll slow down, but the sky is thundering, so who knows. I may be done for the day, which sucks. Let's move this over there, and then we can shut the hood. Alright, it quit raining, but the cicadas are so much louder. Anyway, let's finish getting this in there. Let's get the tensioner reinstalled. Get this bottom bolt. That's a pain in the ass. Really? It's just such a tight fit in here. Alright. Now we can get the power steering pump installed. Nope, we got one more bolt. Goes right there. I need to loosen these so I can get that one back in there. This damn pulley is in my way. It's just not a very good angle. I need one of those those right angle ratchets. So Milwaukee, if you're watching, you know, you could sponsor me and give me a couple power tools. I know all you see is my hands. I should be able to put the wrench onto the tensioner, and then it should collapse on itself. You see on the old one, there's like a giant spring that goes inside here, so you should be able to turn it. Maybe I just need more leverage. I'm gonna have to move you. Yeah, there we go. All right. That's how you put the belt on. All right, let's get the power steering pump installed. All right, we got the belt down there. I don't know if you can see that. Down around that bottom. I'll throw a diagram up like right now to show you how the belt goes around all of that. All right, so I struggled with this belt forever. I think I got it in the right location now. Now we need to get the tensioner, and of course it's starting to rain again. All right, I got the belt on. I tell you what, I struggled getting this thing to move far enough to get the belt on, but I just didn't have the right tools. I dropped my only 16 millimeter or 15 millimeter wrench down there, and it has fallen into the black hole of forgottenness. I don't know where it's at, where it went. It makes no sense. So I need to find it before I start the car up, because it'll get stuck in a belt and break some shit or something, because, you know, that's my luck. But I was able to get the socket on there with this, and then give me more leverage. I mean, it's a tight fit. When I was moving it, the whole engine was shifting forward. So, but it's on there, thank God. Now I'm gonna look for the wrench, but I need to get that post mount back on there and find the wrench, and we're done with that. All right, so on the new pump, it came with this, which if you look at it, it faces downward. So I could put it that way, but then it faces the wrong direction. So I had to pull off this piece from the old pump and install it onto here, which is no big deal. Let me get that clamp back in there. And the belt was a major pain in the ass. I mean, it really was. But it's all in there, it's all good. Let's start her up, make sure she runs okay. Everything seems to work. I got the oil changed, so I'm pretty happy. All right, we got it done. We got the power steering pump, the tensioner, and the serpentine belt, and we got the oil changed. It really wasn't that difficult. The belt itself was kind of a pain, but really the rain, because I had to stop like 3 or 4 times because it just started raining, and then having to stop, get cleaned up, go sit inside for a little bit, and then, you know, go back out there, work a little bit more, and then it starts raining again. It's just, the whole thing was just a pain. But overall, it's it wasn't that bad. Hopefully if you're replacing your power steering pump, this video helped you. In the next video, I should be replacing the rear struts. The bolt that goes through at the bottom, it's very common for them to seize inside of the bushing of the struts. So I had to order new bolts, and I'm gonna have to cut these bolts out. So that's gonna be a whole nother ordeal. That's probably what the next video is gonna be. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.